LDBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, folks. Okay, let's talk about Kelly Brook. Let's talk about him, folks. Kell Brook seems really nervous. Okay, and you know what? And even in an interview, and I read an article, and y'all want to prove? Please go look it up. Do what I did, because I can't report this if I don't see anything. So that means I saw it. But in an article. And even Dante's Boxing Nation made a video. Kell Brook nervous. And when him and Triple G were actually side by side and they were taking photos. Yeah. And I've been around boxing a long time. And I'm talking about actual fight in ring. I've been around a long time. And I can tell when somebody's nervous. I can tell when somebody just don't give a crap. I can tell when somebody is completely scared. I won't say Kell Brook is scared. I ain't gonna say that. He not scared, but he is nervous. And if you're nervous for too long, you become afraid. That's just the way that is. Okay? If you spend large amounts of time being nervous, then I can promise you, I guarantee you, the coach guarantees you that you're going to be afraid eventually. Okay? So, what does Kell Brook do? Because you kind of told the world that you're nervous. See, here's what I'm thinking. You're going to have disabled Sanchez. He gonna tell Gennady, hey, Gennady, I saw a video and now Kell says he's afraid. You see, Abel Sanchez will take nervousness and turn that around into Kell was afraid. That's what Abel Sanchez do, because he always running his mouth. So I can pretty much tell you that's what it is. And Gennady be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no mas, yes, mas, yes, yes. That's what he'll say. I can tell you that right now. That's how it's going to happen. But, it's not a good look, man, because, Kell Brook, when you sit back, man, and you really think about, really the magnitude of this fight that he's going to be fighting, you don't really have a lot of time for fear, man, because that fear will get you killed. In a boxing ring, you walk in there afraid, you're going to get hurt, and you're going to be put out. And I'm talking about you're going to get hurt, you're going to get a concussion. I mean, you might get slipped up into a coma if you show any signs of fear in a boxing ring. See, boxing, any kind of pugilistic sport, this is the one sport that you cannot have fear when you're in that ring. You can't. Now, with that being said, let's do a double-ended sword here. Some fighters are going to be afraid, but some fighters handle it different. They handle it. Like some fighters, they may be afraid walking up to the ring, but as soon as they get in the ring, their natural instinct to survive and fight well, it just takes over. Okay, I'm not saying fighters don't get afraid. They do. Trust me. Fighters, they get afraid. They're human. They're normal people. To say that, oh, well, this person is a fighter, he can't be afraid, that's stupid. That's blasphemy. Okay? Fighters get afraid, y'all. But different fighters handle it different. Some fighters, they succumb to it. You can tell when somebody's afraid. They succumb to that fear, and they go ahead and they take a knee or take a bow. Look, I don't want no more of this. Hey, whooping. I don't want no more of this. I'm just going to take this knee, take this dive, and that's it. Some people, they rise to the occasion. Some people, they do. There's levels of this, and some people know how to handle it. They use fear to a positive. Some fighters are excellent at using their fear to a positive. You got it. So don't say that fear don't exist, okay? Because if you say that, then you don't know anything about boxing. I mean, you just don't, okay? But I think the nervousness, and Kell Brook, if you stay nervous for too long, man, that does become into a bona fide fear. I don't care what nobody say. Well, I'm nervous. Okay, well, you got about another short amount of time before you're afraid. So we got to stop being nervous. And I call nervous what it is, okay? Nervous is a very subtle type of fear. You're not full-blown afraid yet, but it's a suppressed fear. That's what I call nervousness. So you got to hurry and get that out your system before you step up in that ring and before you go do battle. Because if you still nervous while you in the ring, it's a wrap. Somebody gonna lay you out. And Kell Brook, I'm just saying this to you, Kell Brook. I'm saying this to you. How you gonna walk up in there afraid, man? Because you know what Abel Sanchez telling his boy. All right, now you get in there, you try to knock his head off. Don't let this guy go 3 rounds with you. Don't let him go 4 rounds. Because if you go too many rounds, people are going to say you're a fraud. That's what he's going to tell him. I'm telling you, Abel Sanchez is loading Gennady Golovkin up right now. Loading him up with all kind of information. Now, of course, Triple G, he buying into it, feeding into it, and of course he could. You even look at Triple G's social media. You look at his Twitter account, and it's kind of funny, man, because some of the stuff on his Twitter account, I'm like, Triple G didn't put that up there. Matter of fact, Triple G don't even spend a large amount of time on social media, man. Guys like Triple G, they just don't do it. He not on social media. Triple G got somebody putting that stuff in there, just like Canelo do. Can you imagine, man? These two, they don't even speak English that well. They don't even speak the language, man. And they know social media is worldwide, but Americans live and die by social media. We do. And I can't picture a guy like Triple G typing some of the stuff he typed. As a matter of fact, no. Triple G he can barely talk English, let alone do you think that he can form a grammatical sentence correct in English? I doubt it. In his native language he could, but not English. No. Just like Canelo. I know some of the stuff Canelo write. I know that ain't him. These elaborate sentences, man, they team putting this crap out. Team putting this stuff out. I promise you that. But Kell Brook know what's up, man. He know what's up. He should have gotten that ring with Spence, but, part of it was a financial thing, but I think the other part is he really did not want to, he didn't want to get that work from Spence. He didn't want it. And I know y'all say, but he's going to fight Gennady. He's going to fight, he's going to fight Gennady because it's the lesser of two evils. I keep trying to tell y'all this. It's the lesser of two evils. It really is. Think about it. You got knocked out by Gennady Golovkin, okay? The guy that knocks everybody out. You get knocked out by him or you get beat by a prospect, and people still call him a prospect, which I don't think he is, but you get beat by a so-called prospect. I mean, which one is better for your career? See, people, we got to start really thinking about the logistics of this whole thing. Which one is better for your career? Getting knocked out by Spence or knocked out by Triple G? Well, we all know that if you get knocked out by Triple G, there's no shame in that because people expect you to get knocked out. So when you get knocked out, you don't lose any stock. Now, Kell Brook might be out for about 10 to 12 months when Triple G knock him out completely, but that's the subject for a whole completely different video. Kell Brook, you better stop. Whatever you got going on and you nervous, dude, you got to cut it out. You got to cut that out, and you got to put on your full armor because I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be tough. This fight finna be tough. This fight finna be hard. And my friend, Triple G ain't gonna cut you no breaks. This dude gonna come in there and he literally trying to knock your head off that body of yours. And that's just how it is, man. You can bulk up all you want to. You can do whatever you want to do, man. But at the end of the day, and the coach means at the end of the day, Gennady Golovkin is in 2 weight classes ahead of you, okay? Your body not even used to being in that particular weight class. It's just not, okay? You're going to add on all this extra weight, and you're gonna really, really, really have a hard time. Dude, you need to come under 160. You need to come into that fight at 157 if it's possible. Like you really do. So you can keep a lot of your mobility. See, dude, if you can come in at about 157, that's going to be perfect. That's going to be perfect weight because you will be able to move around the ring and do as you need to. But if you come in, and if you hydrate back up to like 170, it's a wrap. You going to sleep faster. That's just the way that is. But you guys tell me what you think. Do y'all think Kell Brook is nervous? Okay, do y'all think he's nervous, or do y'all think he's just doing that to try to sell the fight? This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. What do you do is waiting on? Subscribe. I'm done.